The Pandora's lair raid is here, and today I want to walk through to level 104 with my full Pathfinder fleet. I am using one that's pretty far upgraded, although I definitely do not have legendary weapons on everything, legendary armors, etc. Don't have that. The techniques I'm going to show you are the same regardless of what weapons you have on, what upgraded your ships are, because the weapon ranges and such don't change. The build is important, I'll show that at the end, and I do have an update on the specials I'm using. A few of you left some good comments. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to do is go over the weapons of these ships a little bit, just so you remember. We, of course, have the Ronins, and these ones are circling two different lurkers. You can use the lurkers to splash out onto the Ronins. You can sometimes kill one Ronin that's orbiting around these guys when it's circling around two. I tend to not do it and just rush through and try and kill these things in a short period of time, and that does tend to work better for me. The lurkers, just make sure you outrange these guys. You don't want to get close to those. You can use the mines, and if you shoot at one ship as it's going over a mine, you can make ship number 2 in line get hurt by this one. I have had some luck with that one, although once you get more upgraded, you don't necessarily need to worry about that as much if you are getting instant repair. You want to use this against the subjugators, which are the rocket ships right here, as well as the torpedo ships, which are the zealots. You should have no issues against the zealots whatsoever. Your cormorants shoot down 100% of the incoming torpedoes if you're following my build. For the rockets, these ones can do some damage to you. Make sure to keep moving to produce that damage, although you cannot avoid it completely. And of course, we have the vengeful Ronins. These ones are going across the map. They're full of mortars. Your Gale ship should handle all the mortars 100%. Don't need to worry about those ones as long as you're not dealing with 3, and sometimes even 2 can get close. Stick to one of these mortar ships at a time and you'll do fine. The very last one is the big capital ship in the center. Make sure you are hitting this one from behind rather than in front, because there is a minimum weapon range. Now that we have all these ship damage types, etc. out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to circle around this Ronin here, not get too close to him yet because he does outrange you and I want to be moving. I'm going to wait for him to come back close to the lurker. I'm going to get as close as I possibly can. And then as he's coming back, I'm going to start hitting the lurker, doing some splash damage onto the Ronin, which should reduce the time it's shooting at me. It is kind of fancy. You don't need to do it every single time, but it does help reduce damage a little bit, especially if you can do it on two lurkers, which we will attempt the next time just to reduce that. So there's some splash damage. Make sure you start moving so that this guy is not doing any damage to you when it does get into range. I did take a very tiny amount of damage if you look really closely, nothing too bad. I'm going to stay pretty far away. Actually, I will move a little bit further away. I'm a little scared of this guy, because I want to hit the Ronin again when he's close to the lurkers, but not when he's in range or not when he's shooting at me. So that is something to be aware of. Okay, here's the Ronin. Looks like their ship's chasing me at the bottom, so I'm going to abandon this plan a little bit, just kill the Ronin and get rid of these guys. Okay, we have 2 clusters coming at me. What I could do is run behind some mines and make sure that I pull these guys over the mines, engage them, even see if I can pick up a vengeful Ronin on the way. Not worried about engaging him because the other one's far away. I'll see if I can pull these guys over the minefield. That way when I shoot at the torpedo ships, which are the front ones, they are actually exploding the mine and doing some damage to the subjugators behind there. Looks like I did not get the mine to explode. I was a little bit not quite aggressive enough on that one. That's the general idea of how you might do that, I should say. Okay, zooming a little bit further, we have some lurkers to take out. I'll try and stay max distance away from these guys, and already being shot at by the Ronin, so that plan didn't work very well. Although he is now in a bunch of ice fields, which I suppose is helpful. Again, if you stay moving, that's the best way. You only want to take one volley from these, if at all possible. Let's go ahead and finish off the other lurker. I will mention that I have a steelhead screw on, which is a free 15% reduction. Ooh, almost too close on that. Which is a free 15% reduction in all damage taken. I could take it off, that'd be completely fine. Other crews that tend to work is a speed crew, Silent Hunters, which helps against the splash damage. You can also use something like a Molotov Maidens to increase your splash and increase your spread, which are both good things in these targets. Maybe my little mine maneuver would have worked, or be able to take out more of these lurkers in that case. Okay, here's the center ship. You want to engage him when he's moving away from you, so a good time is right now. You want to do this because there is a very, very dangerous minimum weapon range right here. Get inside the large one and then stick right there. Don't get too close because there is a minimum range on these guys. especially, it's really dangerous. You don't want to get into that. That's the target, 5 minutes with all the explanations of the ships at the beginning. Not too bad, although of course I will tell you that I'm going to be autoing this every other time I hit these targets because this is the auto target and I can actually do it. It looks like pretty even damage, 43%, 57%, pretty even damage, concussive, explosive. I can actually auto this target for basically the same results I got while driving, which is instant base repair. If I tried this a few dozen more times, maybe I can get instant map repair. There's too many targets to do that. I'm just going to be autoing this one every single time. I will mention that these chests can be useful, these Scourge Training Fleet chests. If you auto your fleet till dead, you might be able to open up enough chests to repair it all the way. There's 12-hour, 6-hour, 1-hour tokens, etc. in this one. So you can consider doing that as a new strat and just do your entire raid on autoing 104s. Sounds pretty boring, but it is possible. In terms of the build, there are 3 damage ships, and let's see. I did replace the special I was talking about, blowback assembly, with the Electra fire control array, and that's just increased damage. I had it, I just hadn't actually equipped it on my ship. I've also made a change to the Dreadnought ship, which I will of course discuss when I use that one in the videos on the 104 and 105, but that is all updated in my build stock. I have 3 damage ships, 1 Gale ship, and 1 countermeasure ship, if you're wondering, and I will be updating all the blowback assemblies on the fleet here to use the one that's the 5% escalation. I hope this video did help. If it did, go ahead and let me know by leaving a like. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. I want to give a huge shout out to all the channel members whose names are appearing on the end screen now. They're making videos like this one published the first day of the raid possible. With that said, and until next time, this is Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.